The federal government has expanded its JobKeeper program to help Melbourne businesses through the Stage 4 lockdown. An extra $15 billion will be spent subsidising workers' wages from September, increasing what is already the most expensive support package in Australian history.
The streets are desperate and deserted. Victoria is normally Australia's second largest economy, but is now draining the country's coffers at an unprecedented rate. The Commonwealth now forced to adjust its multi-billion-dollar wage subsidy package to plug the holes caused by the quarantine blunder.
The Morrison government is committing an extra $15.6 billion to expand the JobKeeper program. Around $13 billion of that will make its way to Victoria, with an extra 500,000 Victorian employees going on to JobKeeper through the September quarter,
taking JobKeeper's total beyond $101 billion, the largest support package in the nation's history. Today's changes are a backflip on the government's own eligibility rules announced last month. The coalition then insisted businesses record two significant falls in revenue in the June and September quarters to be eligible for JobKeeper come October. But now it's being relaxed.
We're now saying that those businesses only need to be down in the September quarter.
The cut-off period for workers to enter the scheme also being extended, taking into account Melbourne's mid-year reopening before it once again shut.
An employee had to be on the business's books as of the 1st of March to be eligible. We're now saying that that employee now needs to be on the books as of the 1st of July. And the reason for this change is that some businesses, as they were opening up and progress was made on the health front, they took on new employees.
Questions though remain whether the government should taper down the subsidy from $1,500 to $1,200 a fortnight as pledged beyond September 28, or leave it at the current rate. While the Finance Minister is open-minded.
If it was required to make further judgments down the track, as we have done in the past and as we are doing today, we'll continue to make further judgments.
His Treasurer was less keen to speculate on any shift.
We always envisaged that this program will remain national, which it does, and that it would step down and transition over time.
It's estimated a staggering 4 million workers will be on the JobKeeper subsidy during the September quarter. 1.5 million of those in Victoria, almost half of the state's private sector.
The Morrison government is pulling out all stops,
propping up a state that's in a state of disaster. Jonathan Lee, Sky News Canberra.
And joining me live is Bill Lang, Executive Director of Small Business Australia. Bill, thank you very much for joining us this morning. As we just heard this week, the Morrison government expanded its JobKeeper program, an extra $15 billion to be spent subsidising wages for workers from September. The rules are set to ease. How do you see this rollout, Bill? Because there were a lot of people that slipped through the cracks with the last JobKeeper announcement.
Yeah, good morning, Janie, and that's right. It's a very positive move to see that the federal government's made the changes and announced them. I think there's more to go in terms of directly supporting small business owners. There'll still be a number that may not be eligible for JobKeeper. The other thing I'd like to say is I'd really like to say thank you to all the work the bookkeepers and the accountants are doing in trying to keep up with this. You know, they're key advisors to the small business owners, and the new changes are very welcome, but it'd be good to get it right from the beginning and make it much simpler for people to understand.